This is the 60th presidential election in the US. It is interesting to note that there are 230 million eligible voters, but only about 160 million of them are registered. More than 70 million people have already voted through postal ballots or at early in-person polling stations. With elections around the corner, there are several things that one should know. Here are a few things to know about the preside. Primaries and caucuses are two ways that people help states and political parties choose presidential nominees. Most states hold primaries 6 to 9 months before a presidential election. Primary voters choose their preferred candidate anonymously by casting secret ballots. The state where the primary is held takes the results of the vote into account to award delegates to the winners. On the other hand, several states hold caucuses in the months leading up to a presidential election. Caucuses are meetings run by political parties that are held at the county, district, or precinct level. Some caucuses choose candidates by secret ballot. Others require participants to divide themselves into groups according to the candidate they support. Undecided participants form their own group. Each candidate's group gives speeches and tries to get others to join their group. At the end, the Electoral College decides who will be elected president and vice president of the US and is a process which includes selection of electors, meeting of electors who cast votes for the president and vice president, and counting of the electors' votes by Congress. Notably, the president and vice president are not elected directly by citizens. Instead, they are chosen through the Electoral College process. Each state's political parties choose their own slate of potential electors. There, spring of the year before an election, candidates register with the Federal Election Commission to run for president. Spring of the year before an election, candidates announce their intentions to run. Summer of the year before an election through spring of the election year, primary and caucus debates take place. July to early September, parties hold nominating conventions. Most of the polls have predicted a very close race between Trump and Harris, with all the leads projected within the margin of error. According to the national polls, as provided by the 538 platform of ABC News, Harris, 48, has a minor lead of 1 percentage point against Donald Trump, 46.9. NBC News and Emerson College have projected a 49% tie nationally between the two candidates. Ipsos has projected a 3-point lead, 49%-46%, to Harris, while Atlas Intel has project. This presidential election is in many ways a culmination of several long-standing foreign policy battles, including on immigration at the US-Mexico border, climate change, and the Israel-Palestine conflict. The 2024 US presidential election will play a significant moment in the country's history, with key issues including immigration, climate change, and Israel-Hamas conflict.